1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in a Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters don't move. Whatever.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to Life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down! Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Normally, what I do, I come on here, I talk about things that I experienced in prison or things that led me to prison. On Fridays, what I like to do what I call a free game Friday. And I come on here and I try to spread a little wisdom to individuals in the streets, especially the youngsters, in the same manner, the way that my older homies would do me and my homies when we were in the streets, in order to help us move smarter on the streets and move out of the streets altogether eventually, man. So anyway, let's get into it. So you see the title of today's Free Game Friday video, Dying for Attention. And when I say some of these youngsters are dying for attention, I'm talking about literally. First and foremost, before I start this video, let me send my sincere condolences to the family of J4, a rapper who happened to unfortunately lose his life when he went and knocked on his op's door on Facebook Live. And that's what I'm talking about, man, when I say sometimes these individuals, these youngsters out here in the streets, this stuff that's going on, man, has these dudes moving in a way that is extremely unsafe. So let's get right into the video. Let me show you guys this video. Now, due to YouTube's policy on violence, on not showing any violence, it's only going to be limited portions of this video that I'm going to be able to show you. But let's get into the video. So you saw that he went and knocked on the door. Now, obviously, that house that he was going to, they had a Ring camera. And almost immediately after he knocks on the door, dude opens up the door with a Draco. He goes to shooting. Dude is hit. He takes off running. And there are other videos online showing that when the paramedics get there, they're picking up the dude. You can literally see that his face is pretty much split in half, right? And unfortunately, he lost his life. So, to me, that was just a crazy thing to do. You have a lot of dudes, a lot of youngsters nowadays in different states, across different cities, all across America, right? In my opinion, they're mimicking the drill culture from Chicago. And that's just, where they was out there gang banging. Drill music is a type of music they use to describe basically going around looking to put in work on their ops, right? And so now the drill culture and things that went on in the drill culture is extremely prevalent in a lot of different cities across America. One of the things that's a common occurrence is you'll have dudes who are from opposing hoods, rivals, who will actually hop in group chats with each other, go live on Facebook or whatever social media they're using, and they talk with their ops. They have casual conversations. Oh yeah, man, when I see you, I'm gonna do this to you, so on and so forth. Blase, or whatever it is they talking about, right? And we've seen this a lot, right? Where you'll have gang members pop up in their ops or their rivals' hood and walk around, in their neighborhood, filming stuff, showing basically like, yeah, these dudes aren't outside. I'm in their hood. They're nowhere to be found. Basically getting their clout out, right? But this dude decided to take it one step further, and he goes to their house. Dude that he went over there was prepared. Now, I don't know if he was on live. You hear reports of they were all in the chat earlier, and the dude J4 was talking about a new gun that he had just got and what all he was going to do with it, right? Now, J4 mother, who of course lives in St. Louis, and so she's seeing a whole lot more of this. People online making fun of her son, saying he crashed out. People talking about they smoking him, which is a disrespectful term, talking about they're rolling him up in blunts and smoking on his body now, or smoking on his ashes. It's a very disrespectful thing that's real prevalent as well in the drill culture, right? His mom is saying that they were all in a group chat and he was going over there to have a respectful conversation with this individual, because at one point in time they were friends, which is something that is also occurs often a lot of times. A lot of, different cliques and gangs, at one point they are friends, and then something happens, they fall out, and now they're going at it with each other. It's gunplay involved, which makes the situation even deadlier because they know each other. So the mother is saying that they had been stalking her. They had been, her ops was saying they was going to kill her. They had told him in these group chats what type of car she drives. They knew where she stayed, so on and so forth, and they was going to get her. And so they lured him over there, or he at least thought that he was going over there to have a conversation in relation to his mom and her safety, and they popped on him, right? And honestly, I think that, a lot of times mothers either try to protect the actions of their children when they pass away in these situations, or sometimes they may just not know at all what's going on. Because the reason that doesn't make sense to me, it's a couple of different reasons, right? First and foremost, why are you going over there then if you're trying to have a resolution about your mom and these individuals harming your mom, and you guys gonna have that type of discussion? Why are you recording it on live? You're gonna be recording things that, of course, is gonna be seen as dry snitching. If you go on here over here to say, hey man, why are you guys trying to harm my mom, and so on and so forth, right? So secondly, if that's the case, why couldn't you just have that discussion in the group chat like you normally had been? You know what I'm saying? And so it was reported also that he had a firearm on him. And a lot of times individuals thinking having a firearm will protect him in certain situations, but it didn't protect him because, of course, he didn't have a chance to get to it, right? So him going over there on Facebook Live to his ops house, knocking on the door, foolish thing, right? And then I seen a affiliate of his, or a homeboy, basically talking about him getting killed or whatever. It didn't count, basically telling the dudes, who killed him, that you guys don't get no points for that, right? But I disagree, and here's why. I respectfully disagree, and here's why. Because first of all, it counts and they get points for it, because dude lost his life. Dude is no longer here. You know what I'm saying? And so whatever he was trying to accomplish didn't get accomplished, right? In terms of trying to elevate his name out there in them streets. Also, it counts now because, say what you will, right? But for the dude who shot him, who turned himself in a day or two later, stayed in jail a day or two, and he was released, no charges filed. Now this dude has got his clout all the way up. The homie of the dude who got killed was trying to say that, man, that was a one-on-one situation. It was life or death. You had to do that. But no, he didn't have to do that. He could have stayed in the house and chose not to come out. You have individuals in that situation who wouldn't have started shooting or whatever. So now what you have done, in essence, if you look at the stuff correctly, you have elevated the other dude's reputation in the streets. Now, for one, he got a body. Now, when his name comes up, you definitely can say he's got a body. This dude has got a body on ring cam for the whole social media world to see. So now he can clearly say that he's a shooter, right? So regardless of what you say, regardless of dudes may saying that this don't count, you can definitely say this dude will pop that thing. The other dude who shot him, right? I believe his name is Slapper Son or whatever, but don't quote me 100%, because like I said, all that, this dude's name and that dude's name, it doesn't really matter. The meat of the situation is you have one individual killed going to somebody's house, trying to be on Facebook Live, trying to prove something, right? And like I said, once again, now for the dude who shot him, he has the ultimate bragging rights in terms of things related to the street. Man, I got a body, Now he's online, he's clowning, he's disrespecting the dead like they do. And so it's just, it was just a bad decision, man. No ifs, ands, or buts, whys, what's about it, man. It was a horrible decision. And once again, now the dude is no longer here, man. So we have got to move smarter out in those streets, man. This is crazy, right? Going to your enemy's hood, your enemy's house, you are putting yourself in danger, a certain type of danger that you don't necessarily have to be in, right? It's bad enough gang banging out there in the streets doing what you're doing. But to be live, once again, anything equated with dropping your location, letting people know where you're going to be at, going live while you walking down the street or whatever, man, you are giving yourself an extreme disadvantage, notifying people who may want to harm you, people who may be serious about harming you, letting them know where you're at, right? So, man, that's a practice individuals in the street have got to get rid of, man. Stop dropping your location. Stop going live. Stop popping up in your enemy's hood trying to get some points, man. Like I said, these dudes are dying for attention. Literally, man. Today is Friday, and that's some free game for you.